Yes, hi Tina. Tina. Robin. Tina, how are ya? Happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday to you. Hey, Welshman Forever. How's it going? Welshman Forever. Have you been going live? I haven't gotten any notifications about you at all. Hey, Uncle Hairball. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Hey, Corey. Hi, Corey's Outdoor Adventures. Corey's Outdoor Adventures. Uncle Hairball and Tina, welcome. Hi, Jenny. Jenny's Cozy Corners here. Hey, Jenny. Corey's Outdoor Adventures. Uncle Hairball and Tina. I'm good, thank you. No nap in life till tomorrow. I'm busy in the Philippines community. Oh, okay. Well, that's good. Corey, you're almost to 500 subscribers. Congratulations, Corey. Wow. That's great news. Uncle Hairball, so I almost had a heart attack a little while ago. Uh-oh, what happened? Thank you, Corey. Keep doing good work, Corey. Uncle Hairball, what happened? Corey, you have a new one in me. Welshman, just subscribe to Corey. Thank you. Corey said, will do. You got it. Welshman says, hi. Hey, Welshman. Hi, Ann. Hey, Ann, how's it going? How are you feeling today? Corey says, thank you so much, Welshman. It's awesome, guys. Ann, I've been thinking about you. I just wondering how you're doing. Hello, Ann. Corey says, hi, Ann. Uncle Harold says, was walking out to the shack to get on the radio. Stupid cat came zooming out from under my truck. Little turd made me spill my coffee. Oh, no. Oh, goodness. Welshman says, you're welcome. I'm not far from 1K, 60 more to go. What? That's fantastic. Wow, Welshman. Awesome. Congrats, man. Hi, Brandy. Hey, Brandy. Thank you so much for stopping by. Ann says, just nicely sleeping when the power got cut and everything got cooking hot. Oh, that's my day so far. Oh, Ann, sorry to hear that. Terrible. Rizzler, go dive into the water. Yeah, no, I'm not doing that. No, Rizzler, I'm not doing that. Hey, Jim Rat. Jim Rat. Good morning to all my new YouTube friends on this channel. I welcome Jim Rat. Getting my last workout in before Wheels Up for Hawaii. Yay! Anybody who doesn't know, Jim Rat is going to Hawaii, him and his wife. And first time in 25 years that they're getting vacation alone. I'm so excited for them. And they're going to Hawaii. Of all the places, Hawaii. That's beautiful. Yeah, he's going with my awesome, beautiful wife. Yep. Thanks for making this a positive place, chat. Aw, Jim Rat, we are all so excited for you. I'm super excited for you. And I can't wait to hear all about it when you get back. Welshman says, hey, yeah. Corey, I subscribe to your channel. Well, Welshmate. Thank you, Corey. Uncle Hairball says, too early for that kind of junk. No scaring us in the morning, that's right. Welshman says, cheers. Corey, appreciation. Brylon Farms here. Hey, Brylon Farm. Hey, Stacy. Everybody say hi to Stacy. Corey says, hi, Brylon Farm. Ann says, thank goodness. It was just long enough so I could feel how hot it really is today. Oh. Still hot, huh, Ann? Oh, sorry. Corey says, you're welcome, mate. Little Magic. Yeah, this is Florida. Yes, Little Magic, how are you? Ann says, now the AC is back on and I'm all cool again. Oh, good, Ann. Sit and relax, right? Lax, shout out to SMD Bros. He's homeless 19-year-old YouTube streamer. He was live hours ago begging for money. I made him believe that I would donate $50 so he wouldn't have to sleep outside, just a prank. Well, that's not really nice. Are you pranking us? Are you... Lex, I don't know what you're talking about there. Okay, good. I didn't want to worry about that. Welshman says, hi, Ann. I was just in Destin. Oh, nice, Destin. This is Fort Lauderdale. Corey says, 10 watching, 6 likes. Don't forget to hit the like button. Oh, please hit the like button, you guys. Yeah, hit that like button. Hey, Jason. Jason 603 Magna Pirate. Jason's here. Hi, Jason. How's it going? Happy Wednesday to you. Good morning, Jason. Is this for humans? Yes, it is. It's for humans, yeah. No, you pranked him. No $50 for him. Oh, I see. That's not really kind of nice, though. You know what I mean? Homeless people are down on their luck. I don't think it's funny to make a prank on somebody like that. Dale, tell you what I'm talking about, or meaning of life. Dale says, you just born into this world. It's dang old haunted. Ghost faces sneak up. And giggity goo. You from behind and go, dang old boo. Ann says, it's very nasty to do a homeless person. Yeah, that's not nice at all. I don't like that at all. Hey, Jim Dandy. Hello, Jim Dandy. Yeah, I don't like that at all. Hi, Jim Dandy. How's it going, buddy? Thank you for stopping in. Brylon Farms' dogs are very welcome also. Yes, dogs are welcome, of course. Uncle Hairball says it's messed up. I know it, right? It is messed up. I was homeless. It's not funny. It's not. It's not funny to, not one bit. No. It's the same as a kicking person who's already down. Right, yeah, no, don't do that. For Americans, we don't see them as humans. Paul Smith says, yes, it is, Ann. Lex is not nice. Are you going to donate? Neither am I. Well, first of all, I don't even know who it is, you know. Lord Jim Dandy, Daisy, have you checked out the cartoon racing apps? I have not, Jim. I have not. I have been so busy. Not human, but dogs do watch TV, exactly. Uncle Hairball says you don't have to donate, but don't tell him you are and then don't. It's not right. Yeah, it's not right. Kelly Heard That. Good morning, everyone. Hey, Kelly Heard That. How are you? Kelly Heard That's here. Good morning. Hi, Billy. Hey, Billy Dismore. Welcome back. Billy said hi, everybody. Hi, Maddie. No F's, no frills, no mercy. Maddie's here. Says Kelly, good morning. Hey, Maddie, how's it going? Brian says, hey, Kelly times two. Kelly number two or one. Uncle says, good morning, Kelly. Heard that. Brian Farms says, welcome back, Billy. Yeah, hey, Billy. And says, no one, Lexi. We don't know him, and if you not donating, then it's no need to make a joke about it neither. Watch out. Karma will come to you. Karma will come to you. Yes. Do not do those things, Lex. I don't know how old you are, but that is not funny. Okay? It's not funny at all. Maddie says, good morning to Brylan Farm. Walshman says, hi, Billy and Kelly and Brylan Farm. Maddie says, hi, Ann. Kelly says, good morning, Maddie, Brylan, and Uncle. Hey, United States of America. United States of America, welcome back. Maddie says, Welshman, buddy, how's it going? Kelly says, hi, Welshman. All right. Thank you, guys. Thank you, thank you. What's the matter, Daisy? My little Daisy. Hey there, Addison. Addison. Ann says, no mercy. Hi. That's Maddie. Uncle Hairball says, and definitely, karma is one colded. Yes, it is. Pillsbury Yurt. Hey, Yurt. Yurt. Good morning, Crazy May. Good morning, Addison. Thank you, buddy. Pillsbury Yurta. Everybody say hi to Yurt. Addison. Thank you, Addison, so much. Thank you so much, Addison. Maddie says, hi, Kelly. Heard that. Let's see. Ann says, yes, karma is, but she's also 100% fair. You get what you give. You get what you give. That's true, too. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Rubberneck says, good morning, Miss Daisy May. Hey, Rubberneck. Welcome, beautiful. How are ya? Kelly says, I heard Daisy. Yeah, she's here. Thank you, Tina. And that's exactly right, Uncle Hairball. Hi. Hi. That's Daisy. Welshman says, hi, Rubberneck. Rubberneck says, hi, back. Excuse me, guys. Kelly said she's a sweetie. Thank you, Kelly. Thank you, Tina. Good morning, Rubberneck. Dashing Womble, hey. Hello, Dashing Womble. Nice to see you. I stopped by Dashing Womble last night, everybody. Make sure you check them out. Rubberneck says, hello, Dashing. It looks like we're going to have some rain, guys. And says, hey, fatty, boom, boom. La, 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 la. I forgot the rest of the song. Daisy May got weighty. No, she didn't. We just weighed her. She weighs 6 pounds, 2 ounces. She's 6 pounds, 2 ounces. Dashing says, hi, Rubberneck. Tina says, I got the chosen one time down for a long time. Thank you, Tina. Pinned message. Hey, pinned message. Yeah, that's Daisy Me. Raccoon Man. Is that on the St. John's? No. This is Florida. Hi, Raccoon Man. Oh, thank you, Rubberneck. Thank you, Maddie. She did? No, she really didn't. I think it might just be the way she was, the camera was. Because she actually is down a little bit. She was up to like 6'8", but she's back down to 6'2". Or maybe when you're 6 pounds, a few ounces show, right? I suppose. right? My Dixie likes to give lots of kisses. I'm surprised that her tongue hasn't fallen off. Aw. Doggy kisses are the best, aren't they? Pin messages, good morning all. Hope we are all blessed this day. Thank you, pin message. I'm going to pin your message. Mm-hmm. Rubberneck says hello to Maddie and says, yes, that was it. Pinned message. Yep. Susanna, single mother here. Hi, Susanna, the proud single mother. Oh, that's right, Raccoon Man, Jacksonville. No, this is not Jacksonville. Are you in Jacksonville? Hi, Susanna. How are you? Welcome, Susanna, the proud single mother. I just subbed to your channel, Rubberneck. Pinned message to say Ann. Maddie says hi, Rubberneck. Pinned message says shows my age. Rubberneck says hello, pinned. Welshman says, Tina, I did it to the other one for 1.8 thousand seconds. Pinned says, hey, Maddie. Raccoon Man says, I was in my Mayport back in the Navy. Oh, nice. Well, thank you for your service. Thank you so much for your service. Very awesome of you. Hey, Larry. Larry says, good morning, Andy. Hey, Larry. Larry's here. West Country Mudlarks is here. Hi, West Country Mudlarks. How are you guys? How's Louise doing? Dashing says, hey, Welshman. And says, my little Tibetan Spaniel is also weighty at 8 kilograms and she's supposed to be 6. Pinned message says, hey, Larry. Rubberneck says, hello, Raccoon Man. Uncle Hairboss's camera adds 10 pounds anyway. Or in case of chihuahuas, maybe 10 ounces. Right, I like it. Yes. West Country says, hi, Rubberneck. Ann says, mine too. Pinned message. Ann says, LOL. Raccoon Man says, hey, Rubberneck. West Country Mudlark says, hey, Ann. Hi, Larry. Kumari's here. Hey, Kumari. Welcome, Kumari. How are you today? Kumari says, good morning, everybody. Kelly heard that said good morning to Larry. West Country Mudlark says, she's better than you, Kelly. She's better. Thank you, Kelly. Sorry. She's better. Oh, I'm so glad to hear that. Tell her I said hello and I send my love because she's just a very lovely lady. Pinned message says, just turning 38. Ann. Rubberneck says, thanks, Womble. Larry says, hey, West Country. Bryland Farm says, hey, Mudlarks. Ann, Larry, and all that I missed. Rubberneck says, gotcha. Pillsbury Yurda says, hey, Kumari. Addison. I first say hello to Pillsbury Yurda. Addison. Tennessee TV. That's a Cash App. All right, Tennessee TV, I do not know what that's for. Okay? Ann says, but she so loves to get a bite or two of all our plates. Sure. And Daisy gets fed from my husband. Yeah. Kumari says, hi to Pillsbury Yurda. West Country says, hi, Brylan. Ann says, hi, Brylan Farm. Pinned message says, hey, Pillsbury Yurt, how's it going? Tina says, storm's coming later today. Yeah. Rubberneck says, good morning, Larry. Ann says, hi, West Country. West Country says, I will bless you, Kelly. She said, thank you. Oh, you guys are so sweet. I love you guys so much. West Country says, hi, Tina. Kumari says, Tennessee, I sub to you. Meet the Staffies. Hey, Peter. Everybody meet the Staffies. It's Peter, Buzz, and Bolt. And they're from Australia. Oh, I'm so glad you stopped back. Because I need to get to your channel, and that's the easiest way. Meet the Staffies. Welcome, Peter. Tennessee says, thanks, Kumari. West Country says, hi, Staffies. Welshman says, hi, meet the Staffies. I'm caught up. I'm caught up in the chat. What do you know? Thank you guys so much. Okay, so I started working on this. And I got that done. All right, there we go. That's what I'm working on. Welshman says, hi, meet the Staffies. Tennessee TV, what are we doing this morning? We're having tea. Actually, I'm going to grab my tea right now. And says, yeah, nobody can refuse our Beata. And she shows her teeth, smiling, all tail flaps left, right, left, right, till you give her a bite. Of course, right? Right on. Right on. Rubberneck's using emojis. Thank you, Rubberneck. Welshman, oh my God, Daisy's on the form today. Rubberneck says, good work, Daisy. Thank you. Ann says, hi, meet the staffies, Tennessee. Chat, gotta run. Well, thank you, Tennessee TV, for stopping by. Thank you so much. And here we have it. Da, 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 da. Cheers, guys. Cheers to you guys. All right. Da 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 da. Tina says we can't allow money, Robin. Gitten says greetings from a rainy Sweden with thunder. Yay. Hey, Gitten. Good afternoon, Gitten. How are you today? How's your vacation going? Tennessee says sub to me, please. Almost to 1,300. Uncle Hairball says y'all help. Here's coffee and donuts. Help yourselves. Thank you, Uncle. That sounds delicious. Dashing Womble. Wow, I think I just subbed to everyone in here now. Thank you, Dashing Womble. Making new friends, huh? Ann says I should actually film her when she smiles so you can all see how cute she is. You should. You should, Ann. Rubberneck says I like your cup. Thank you, Rubberneck. Most of my dishes are that pattern. How's cute Daisy? Oh, she's good. How's your guys doing? Meet the staffies. How are you guys? Meet the staffies. I call him Crocodile Dundee, guys, because if you've ever heard him talk, he talks just like him. And says, hi, Gitten. West Country says, hi, Uncle. Sonal. Sonal's here. Sonal, good morning, Miss Daisy. Wait, Sonal, don't go anywhere. Welshman says, hi, Gitten. Greg from Maine's here. Hi, Greg. Everyone say hi to Greg from Maine. Good morning, my buddy. Sonal says, hello, Tennessee. Tina says, hi, Gitten. Sonal says, hello, Welshman. West Country says, hello, Welshman. Uncle Hairball says, West Country. Sonal is all about freedom. Hi. Sonal says, hi, Tina. Welshman says, hi, Sonal. Gitten says, so good. Doing a little knitting and crochet at the moment. Oh, how nice, Gitten. It sounds lovely. Sonal says, hello, West Country. And Uncle Hairball. West Country says, hey, Sonal. Kelly says, hi, Sonal. Meet the staffies. Buzz and Bolt are going well. That's awesome. Brylon Farm says, hi, Sonal. Sonal says, hello, Kelly. Tina says, Gitten, are you hearing thunder? Rubberneck says, good morning, Sonal. How are you today? Brylon Farm says, happy birthday. Yes, I want to sing. John says, good morning, good morning, Sis Daisy. Hey, John P. Everybody say hello to John P. Sonal says, hello, Stacy. Gitten says, hi, Peter, Buzz, and Bolt. Kelly heard that, says, happy birthday, Sonal. Happy birthday, Sonal. And says, but then her head will swell again, and she'll think she's the best peanut in the pack. She knows when you're talking photos and poses. She's so smart. That's so cute. Sonal says, hello, Rubberneck, and I'm doing well. Meet the staff. He says, hey, Gitten. Greg says, good morning, everyone. Good morning, Greg from Maine. Tina says, hi, Sonal, happy birthday. Ann says, or John says, hey, Ann, how's it going? Sonal says, hello, staffies. Gitten says, hello, everyone. Hello, everyone. John says, hi, Sonal. Uncle Hairball says, I get Australia on the CB a pretty good bit. You do? Well, Peter, our Meet the Staffies, is in Australia. Sonal says, hello, John P. West Country says, hi, Gitten. Hi, John. Sonal says, thank you for the birthday wishes. West Country says, hi. Welshman says, hi to West Country. Ann says, hi, John P. Brylon Farms, I'll sing along since you can't hear. Okay. Gitten says, yes, Tina, lots of thunder, and she loves it, too. Sonal says, thank you, Stacy. Rubberneck says, it's Sonal's birthday, yes. Happy birthday to you and many more, Sonal from Rubberneck. Sonal says, thank you, Rubberneck. Ann says, happy birthday, Sonal. Rubberneck says, wow, Uncle Hairball, that's cool. Meet the Staffy says, we don't have an accent over here. Yes, you do. Sonal says, I haven't seen the Thumbelina in a while. I know, me neither. Thumbelina. Haven't seen her. Welshman says, Sonal, I have a birthday gift for you. Hang on. Gitten says, happy birthday, sweetest Sonal. Dashing Momo says, happy birthday, Sonal. Tina says, happiest of birthdays to Sonal. And Sonal says, thank you, Anne. All right, Sonal, here you go. Ready? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Sonal. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, buddy. Happy birthday. I hope you have a great birthday. Sonal says, hello, Dashing Womble. Welshman says, happy birthday, Sonal. Lisa says, happy birthday, Sonal. Lisa smiles a lot. Rubberneck says, LOL, I don't have an accent, you do. That's right, right? Sonal says, I knew it, Welshman, I knew it. Welshman says, hi, Lisa. Ann says, hi, Lisa smiles a lot. Uncle Hairball says, meet the staffies. You don't have an accent, everyone else does. That's right, I don't have one. Sonal says, thank you, Lisa, and hello. West Country says, happy birthday to you, Sonal. Meet the Staffy says, hi, everyone. I can't type fast to reply hellos. Just a general hello's good, right? Tina says, I have an accent. Gitten says, LOL, Peter. Welshman says, LOL, Sonal. Sonal says, thank you, West Country. Lisa smiles a lot, says, hi, beautiful Ann. How are you? Rubberneck says, right, Uncle? LOL. Tina says, Sonal, your sparring partner wishes you a happy birthday. Dashing Womble says, I don't have an accent either. Yes, you do. You have that cheery old accent. I can't talk. I can't do accents. I wish I could. Sonal says, thank you, Tina. Well, happy birthday, Sonal. I hope you have a great day. Do you have any plans for your birthday, Sonal? I don't have an accent. No accent here. We all have an accent, says Rubberneck. All of us. We do. And that's what makes us all so wonderful, right? Depends on who's listening. Also true. Uncle Hairball says, happy birthday, Sonal. It's all about freedom. Sonal says, I will probably do a stream today. Okay.
Thanks for the brownies, you were delicious.
Oh, you're welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you. Hey guys, sorry, that was my neighbor. I gave him some brownies. He was thanking me. Sonal's gonna do a stream, okay. I have the best accents as a Welshman. Meet the Savvy says, do your best Australian accent, Daisy, say park. Oh, the park. We're going to the park. That was one thing I remember when watching all the time. He'd be like, we're at the park. Tina says, birthday stream, birthday stream. Sonal says, everyone wants me to stream yesterday. Good. Although, Sonal, you do whatever you want, okay? I said park in Australian accent, park. We're going to the park. Tina says, hi, Peter. Rubberneck says, because we're all special. That's right, we are. Sonal says, thank you for the birthday wishes, little Daisy. There you go, happy birthday. Buzz and Bolt are cute, they are. Yes, we are, Rubberneck says. Get in Bryland Farm says, don't forget, you can write those brownies off, off of your taxes as a business expense. You're not joking? Really? Don't forget, you can write those brownies off of your taxes as a business expense. Oh, you and I are gonna have to talk, Stacy. I don't know anything about all that. Meet the Staffy says, hi, Tina. Nobody really. Hey, nobody really. Nobody really. Who's really somebody? Welcome, nobody. How are ya? Daisy, hello, hello, hello. Nobody really. Tina says, Lucina, happy birthday, Sonal. We need the birthday cake and your presents. Yes. No joke. YouTube content. I'm going to have to send you email, Bryland Farm. Do you have email on your channel? Stacy's right, says Sonal. Anne says, I just remembered I didn't yet schedule tomorrow's trivia, so I did it quickly. Oh, good, Anne. All right, we're not doing that. John says, hey, nobody really. No. Shh. Okay, you get to go in the house. Sorry, guys. I had to put her in the house. John P says, hey, Staffies. John's using emojis. Meet the Staffy says, I love brownies. They were delicious. I made them on Friday's stream. We made brownies. hmm John says, hit Bryland Farm. Rubberneck says, hello, nobody really. Sono says, hello, nobody, not really. He's always somebody. That's right. Bryland Farm says, oh, there it is. Let me get a copy of that. Oh, Daisy is not happy. Wait a minute, it didn't show up on my tablet. Oh, wait. There it is. Right there. Okay. All right, I took a screenshot on my tablet. No more brownies for Tiny K. But she's still my friend. Lisa smiles a lot using emojis. Thank you, Lisa. Woof woof, that's right, she's still mad. There's one little accent, little Daisy, right? Daisy's excited. Yeah, there's somebody outside. Hey, John P., how's it going? Sono says, Tina was joking. Ann says, yeah, she just wanted to show off her doggy accent. Yeah, right? Oh, Sono's got cookies. What are we going to do with you? You're joking to Tina. You're funny, Tina. Lisa says, hi, John. Meet the Staffies. Off to bed. Have a great day, everyone. Thank you so much, Peter. Meet the Staffies. You have a wonderful day. Thank you so much for stopping in. Actually, you're going to bed, so have a good night. I hope you have a good night's sleep. Someone says, Ann, maybe little Daisy is saying happy birthday to me. She is. She's singing happy birthday to Sonal. She is. Ann says, maybe she was. Yeah, she still is in the house. I can hear her. She is not happy. Tina says, oh, Sonal, what are we going to do with you? Uncle Harold says, dang it, cup's empty again. Be right back. You got it, Uncle. Oh, she's still bargaining there. They hear and see things long before we do. Yeah, they do, right? And they smell it. Yeah. Jenny says, I'm back. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Jenny. Welcome back, and thank you for being here. Ann says, hi, Jenny. Jenny says, hi back to Ann. Ann's place. I need to run to the loo. Okay. Sydney Cat. Hey, Sydney Cat. Good morning, Daisy May and Chat. Having coffee and relaxing with you. Oh, thank you, Sydney Cat. Everybody say hello to Sydney Cat. Sonal says, here's your bone, little Daisy. Thank you, Sonal. Jenny says hi to meet the staffies. Hi, Anne. Jenny says hi, Sonal. Sonal says, Tina, I'm eating brownies. Jenny says hi to Sydney Cat. Sydney Cat's been our Love Hearts members for 3 months. Thank you, Sydney Cat, so much. Oh, we love her. She's so sweet. Tina says it's daytime. Sonal says hello, Jenny. Tina says I ate pizza. Jenny said hi. Sonal says hello, Sydney Cat. John P says, what's up, Sydney Cat? Love ya. Sydney said, oh, Sydney Cat sent a guest membership, gift membership. Sydney Cat, thank you so much. She sent a gift membership to the United States of America. Thank you, Sydney Cat, so much. Sonal sent 100 jewels and 100 jewels and 100 jewels. Sonal, it's your birthday. Thank you, Sonal, so much. Even on his birthday, he's so giving, you guys. That tells you what kind of guy he is. Thank you, Sonal. You're so sweet. Everybody, it's Sonal's birthday. Make sure that you tell him happy birthday when you see him. John says, hey, Jenny. Christy's here. Hey, Christy. Good morning, Christy. How are you? Christy says, good morning, everyone. Lisa's got dessert for everyone. Looks like cake. I'll have some cake. Is that birthday cake for everybody? Awesome, Lisa. Thank you. Tina says, Sonal, no more brownies for you. Jenny says, hi, John P. John P says, my life, Sunny, big hugs. Kumari says, Jenny's Cozy Corner, it's up to you. Rubberneck says, Sonal, nice. Sonal says, Tina, no crying. John P says, hey, Kumari. Sydney Cat says, hi, John, Jenny, and everyone waving back. Welcome, Sydney Cat. Welshman says, hi, Sydney Cat. Jenny's Cozy Corner says, hi, Kumari. Jenny says, happy birthday, Sonal. John P says, happy birthday, Sonal, brother. Sonal says, you're welcome. Now I'm scared to go live. Don't be scared. Don't be scared. John says, what's up, Welshman? Tina says, why don't you have the birthday cake instead of brownies for your birthday, Sonal? Sydney Cat says, happy birthday, Sonal. Sonal says, thank you, John. Jenny says, hi, Welshman. Sydney Cat also says, hi, Welshman. Kumari says, hey, John P. Rubberneck says, morning, Christy. John P's using emojis. Thank you, John. Welshman says, hi, Jenny. Sonal says, hello, Kumari. Christy said, I'm doing good. Thank you. Hope everyone is doing well this morning. Oh, I'm glad you're doing good. I'm also good. Thank you so much. Thank you for being here. John says, hey, Rubberneck. Tina says, Sonal, Chrome's getting you the birthday cake ready for you. Oh, birthday cake sounds good. Don't forget, on Friday, we're making cupcakes. Friday, we're making cupcakes. Sonal says, hello, Christy. Rubberneck says, hello, John. Kumari says, Christy, I subbed. Jenny says, connected back, Kumari. Sydney Cat says, hi, Christy. Lisa smiles a lot using emojis. Thank you, Lisa. Sydney Cat says, hi to Kumari. John says, hi, Lisa. Kumari says, Jenny's Cozy Corner. Thank you. John says, hey, what's up, Tina? I will go crazy with all the love. You deserve it. It's your birthday. You deserve it all. Jenny says, hi, Lisa. John says, hi, Christy. Welshman says, tomorrow I might be doing a live at an old prison. Ooh, spooky. Spooky. I love that. I love spooky. Lisa says, hey, Welshman. John says, yummy. Yeah, John, yummy. Jenny's Cozy Corner says, oh, Welshman, that sounds interesting. It does. Ann says, I got to go. Need to do something quickly. You're good, Ann. Okay, we'll see you next time. Thank you, Ann, for being here. Love you, girl. You take care of you. Ann from Ann's Place, everybody. Sydney Cat says, Welshman forever. Oh, that sounds super cool. It does. It does sound great. Welshman says, hi, Lisa. Ann says, hi, Sydney Cat. Lisa says, hello, everyone. Hello, Lisa smiles a lot. Share Bear's here. Share Bear says hi, everybody. Hello, Share Bear. Jenny says hi, Getting. Sonal's using emojis. Thank you, Sonal. Kumari's okay. Sonal's on 100 jewels. Thank you. It's your birthday, you silly. Thank you, Sonal. You're so kind. Getting says I'm coming with the teapot on Friday, Kelly. All right. We're making cupcakes. We also have our Christmas in July, our jigsaw puzzle, all those pieces we've been doing every day. We're gonna put those all together. Yeah, it's gonna be just a little fun day, right? Thank you, Gittin. Sonal says, little Share Bear. Cindy Cat says, morning, Share Bear. Ann says, you're welcome, John. Welshman says, yeah, I hope there's a guide to speak about the prison. That's really cool. Very scary, says John. Yeah. Hey, Share Bear. Share Bear's in the house, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. Rubberneck. You know what? Amazingly good is one of those DQ birthday ice cream cakes. Oh, yeah. Yes, it is. Especially if you make it made to order, like you order it the way you want it. Mm-hmm. Cindy Cat says, hi, Ann and Lisa. Excuse me. John says, Ann, big hugs. Thanks for mentioning me. Aw. Walshman says, cool. I'm doing a live cam on fire trucks and ambulance. Hopefully I see some. Nice, nice, nice. Lisa smiles. Lots of hello, everyone. Ann says, hi, Sydney Cat. All right. I think I'm caught up. Excuse me so much. I'm so sorry. Share Bear says, good morning, Rubberneck. Kumari says, good morning, Share Bear. Welshman says, hey, Share Bear. Sonal's using emojis. Thank you, Sonal. Share Bear says, Jenny's Cozy Corner. And Kumari, good morning. Sonal's using emojis. Thank you, buddy. Rubberneck says, good morning, Share Bear. Jenny says, hi, Share Bear. Sydney Cat says, Kumari, thank you so much. Lisa says, hi, Share Bear. So does Gittin. And also, hi, Jenny. Sydney Cat sending some love. Thank you, Sydney Cat. Jenny's Cozy Corner says, hi, Rubberneck. Sonal says, where is Uncle Hairball when we need to tip the sheriff's hat? He went to get more coffee. Mm-hmm. He'll be back. Chrissy says, thank you, Kumari. I subbed back. Tina says, present time. Open it for your present. Oh, no, open it up for your birthday, Sonal. Rubberneck says, hello, Jenny. Cindy Cat says, I'm enjoying the coolness. It's supposed to get super hot here later. Right, you got to get up early, yeah. Here too. Mm-hmm. Someone says, why are coffee beans angry? Because they are grounded. Can't go out. Coffee beans are grounded. That's right. Jenny says, hi, Christy. Christy says, hi, Sonal. Tina says, hello, Sonal, LOL. Christy says, hi, Sydney Cat. Sydney Cat says, hello, Jenny. Kumari says, thank you, Christy. Tina says, I'll use that joke, Sonal. Sydney Cat says, hi, Christy. Christy says, hi, Jenny. Tina says, why are coffee beans angry? Because they are grounded. Yes, they're grounded. Sonal says, hello, Sydney Cat, in case I didn't say hi. Sydney Cat, Tina, LOL, that's so cute. Sydney Cat says, Sonal, did you say hello and happy beautiful birthday to you? I'm sorry. I read that wrong, Sydney Cat. Sydney Cat says, Sonal, you did say hello and happy beautiful birthday to you. There you go. Barbara next says, I love the original DQ ice cream cake. It's half vanilla, half chocolate. In the middle has the gooey chocolate fudge and stuff with the crunchies. Yeah. I don't like vanilla, so I usually order like double chocolate with like Heath bars in it and stuff. I like the original one too. But I usually give the vanilla part away. I'm not crazy about vanilla. So good, right? Sydney Cat says, happy birthday. Welshman says 50 more to go. 50 more. Awesome. Sydney Cat says, Welshman, I'm so happy for you. I know it. You're doing awesome. Fun Sky. Hey, Fun Sky. Fun Sky 40. Welcome. Beautiful place. Well, thank you. Thank you for stopping and saying hello. Okay. Someone says, Sydney Cat, I don't even remember who I said hi to, right? Sometimes you just have to use a blanket hello. I'm the same way. Sometimes I can't remember who I said hi to. Welshman says, thanks, Sydney Cat. Colleen's here. Oh my goodness, Colleen, what are you doing up so early? Friend of Dashers and Moors. You guys know Colleen. She says, good morning, everybody. Hello, Colleen. Welcome, welcome. Sydney Cat says, Sonal, me too. It gets confusing. It does. Sometimes you forget. And you don't mean to miss anybody, right? I get it. Sydney Cat says, hi, Colleen. Sonal says, hello, Colleen. Oh, Colleen's using emojis. Thank you, Colleen. Sonal says, thank you, Sydney Cat. Jenny says, hi, friend of Dasher. Friend of Dashers and more says, morning, Sonal. That's Colleen. Sherbert says, Sonal's all about freedom. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Rubberneck says, oh my God, I miss Daisy. That sounds like a good choice of ice cream cake also. Oh, yes. Mm-hmm. We also order like sometimes double crunchies in the middle. Also, sometimes we order crunchies on top. Heath bar crunched up, yeah. Sometimes M&Ms, yeah. Mm-hmm. Solo says, thank you, Share Bear, Sydney Cat. Hello, Fun Sky. Solo says, hello, Fun Sky. Rubberneck says, hello, Fun Sky. Welshman says, good morning, Dasher. Jenny says, hi, Colleen. Solo says, Welshman, now I can use the red cards to the trolls. No trolls today. It's your birthday. No trolls. Chrissy says, happy birthday, Sonal. I hope you have the best day ever. Yep. Sonal says, thank you, Christy. Sydney Cat says, thumbs up. Please hit the thumbs up, everybody. Thank you so much. Rubberneck says, LOL, Sonal. Oh, Uncle Hairball, there you are. Took me a minute, not getting around too well today. Aw, sorry to hear that, buddy. No worries at all. You take your time. Do what you have to do. You take care of you. Welshman says, yes, Sonal, here's your red cards. Jenny's Cozy Corner says, hi, Uncle Hairball. Sonal says, hello, Welshman, LOL. Oh, and by the way, my tea is delicious. She cooks and roasts. She sent a floating heart. Oh my goodness, thank you. Everybody say hello to She Cooks and Roasts. She cooks and roasts. Thank you so much, young lady. You're so sweet. Welshman says we need a yellow card. Caution. Robert. She cooks and roasts in a party hat. Thank you. She cooks and roasts. Oh my goodness, thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Rubberneck, you all be careful. Another content creator got hacked the other night. Got into the Google account. Oh my goodness, really? What can we do? What can we do to protect ourselves? How do you get hacked? I mean, I don't even know. There's so much I don't know. Uncle Hairball says, hello, Jenny. Sydney Cat says, hi, Uncle. She cooks and roasts. Thank you. She cooks and roasts on a party hat. You are so kind. Thank you so much. She cooks and roasts. What a sweet lady. Welshman says, hi, cooks. Sonal says, hello, Miss She Cooks. Sydney Cat says, hi, She Cooks and roasts. Jenny also says, hi to She Cooks. Christy says, hi, Uncle Hairball. There she is. She cooks and roasts. Hello, everyone. Hello, young lady. Everybody, She Cooks and roasts. You guys know her. She's fabulous. So creative, so fun. A fun channel. You'll really love her. Uncle Hairball says, hi, Sydney Cat. Christy says, hi, She Cooks and roasts. And She Cooks and roasts says, oh my. Uncle says, hello, Christy, and hi, She Cooks. Sonal says, Welshman, and a green card for Go. Go on green. Rubberneck, the content creator, the creator opened an email from the wrong person, and it opened the door for them to somehow get into the Google accounts. Oh, okay. Wow. I'm very cautious with who I open my email. Yeah. Scary. That's very scary. Welshman says, ha, Sonal. Lisa smiles a lot, says, Sonal, hi, Uncle Hairball. Rubberneck said he tried to quickly change the passwords, but the hacker was quicker. Wow. Wow. Sydney Cat's using emoji. Thank you, Sydney Cat. She cooks and roasts says, hey, Uncle, Christy, Jenny, Sydney, and Sonal. She cooks and roasts. How are you? Thank you for being here. Sherbert says hi, Uncle Hairball, and she cooks a roast. Good morning. Uncle Hairball says hi. Lisa smiles a lot. Washman says, Rubber, I don't open them. I get a notification to say if they're good or bad. That's interesting too. Sydney Cat says, good morning. She cooks and roasts. Someone says, Rubberneck, I am much faster than the hacker. Oh, not me. I'm terrible. You got to be faster than the hackers, I guess, right? She cooks and roasts. Shiver, when do you go live? Rubberneck says, this content creator is talking with Google, help trying to regain his accounts. Wow. Terrible. Lisa says hi. She cooks and roasts, and she says hi, Lisa. Rubberneck says, was up until 2:30 a.m. fixing it in a full panic. So just be alert. Yeah. Be alert. Don't open things that you don't know who they're from. Delete. If it's somebody that's that important, they will contact you again. Uncle Harold tips his hat and says, nods, morning, Sheriff. Morning, Sheriff. Go. So I delete it. There you go, delete, yeah. Rubberneck says, this creator thought he was faster too, right? Yeah. Welshman says, all my bad emails go to spam automatically. Sahim, good afternoon from England. Well, hello, Sahim, welcome. Welcome from England. Rubberneck said, this email was disguised as an email from Samsung. Oh, yeah, they're very good. They are really good. Welshman says, Sahim, good afternoon. Rubberneck says, and he opened it. Yeah, oh, it's terrible. Terrible, terrible. Evil does exist, guys. Evil does exist. Hello, Sahim. Welcome. And you are from England, huh? We have some England friends, yeah. We do. Cheers to you guys. There's a little bit left. That's all it took, just opening the wrong email. Yeah, that's really scary, isn't it? Someone says there was a hacker who hacked my Facebook and I got it back by changing the password. Yeah. Tranquil. Hey, Tranquil. Oh my goodness, Tranquil, how are you? She says, hello, everyone. Hello, Tranquil. Unique Nature Experience. You guys know Tranquil and her kitty Miracle. How are you, girl? Rubberneck says, these bad apples are going to eventually try to ruin it for all of us. I know, they are. It's scary, Rubberneck. It's really scary. Sono says, he was mad and tried to threaten me and I blocked him. Good, Sono. Block, block, block. Exactly. Sherbert says, good morning, Tranquil. Good to see ya. Sono says, hello, Tranquil. Jenny says, hi, Tranquil. Tranquil says, hello, Share Bear. Hello, Sono. Rubberneck says, these are the reasons I do not want a channel. Oh, it's scary. It is scary. Tranquil says, hello, Sono. John P says, hey, Tranquil, how's it going? Tranquil says, hello, Jenny. Tranquil, how are you, girl? Thank you so much for stopping by and saying hello. Sono, Rubberneck, thank you for letting me know. I blocked the ones who I don't know. John P says, Sono. Something hacker? That stuff scares me, all that stuff. That scares the crap out of me. Yep, good idea, Sono. Uncle Hairball says, I'm probably not going to get monetized. Too much profanity at my place. Yeah, that's one thing that they don't like. They don't like that, yeah. Welshman, I had an email I did not open for 10 years. Found out it was my work boss asking me to pick up wages. To pick my wages up. Evil hacker. Yes, John. Rubberneck says, LOL, Uncle. John says, hey, Uncle. Sono says, LOL, John. Go Hairball says, hey, John P. Welshman says, yep. Evil hackers, yes. Hello, Ashley. Let me say hi to Ashley. Ashley, how you feeling today? Ashley. Ashley, how you feeling today, young lady? Welshman says, hi, Ashley. So does Uncle Hairball and Sono also. Rubberneck says, hello, Ashley. So does Christy. She says, I've been up all night with my morning sickness. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. How far along are you? It usually is only like the first few months. Sono said, hi. Hi, Sono. Ashley says, hello, Christy. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Someone says, oh, morning sickness is bad. Lisa says, hi, Ashley. So does Jenny. Ashley says, almost 3 months. Oh, okay. Hopefully it'll be ending soon, you know, the morning sickness. Hello, Jenny. She says, Uncle Hairball's morning sickness at night. That ain't right. Right? Rubberneck says, guess what day it is? That's right, hump day. It's almost happy hump day birthday. That's right, Rubberneck. Happy hump day, everybody. It is Wednesday, July 23rd. It's July 23rd. 2025, we have 9:01 a.m. in the morning on the east coast of Florida. Sherber says, congrats, Ashley, but sorry about the morning sickness. I swear I lived on crackers for months, right? I did too. My first baby, I had a lot of morning sickness. Someone says, feel better, Ashley. Rubberneck says, oh, wow. Ashley says, hello, Welshman. Rubberneck says, I'm loving it. That's right. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. That's right. Someone says, Share Bear, I have a morning sickness for McDonald's cookies. Ashley says, hello, Share Bear. Welshman says, is it hump day? It is hump day, yes. Oh, come on. I know you can hear me. Ashley says, thank you, Sono. Rubberneck says, one more day of work for me. I'm so happy. One more day. Nice. Lisa says, Ashley, someone told me if you roll over your husband while pregnant, he will get the sickness. Lisa. John says, hey, Ashley. Someone says, Uncle Hairball, I'm listening. Shiver says, someone's all about freedom. Cut that out. No more cookies for you. Hey, Josh is here. Hey, Josh, how you doing? Ashley says, Lisa, I might kick my husband. John says, hey, Share Bear. Walshman says, oh, right. I'll be back in a few hours. It's hump day. LOL, just joking. John says, hey, Josh. Jenny says, hey, just a fury. Sonal says, hello, Share Bear. Josh says, good morning. Good morning, Josh. Welcome. It was delicious. Welshman says, hello, Josh. How's it going, Josh? Rubberneck says, yay, break. And boss brought in bagels. Oh, me so hungry. Oh, bagels sound good. Go enjoy. Enjoy those bagels, especially when the boss brings them. Those are the best ones. Someone says, hello, Josh. Uncle Hairball says, that's what the camel said in the commercial. That's why the quotation marks. Oh. Oh, come on. I know you can hear me. Lisa made cookies. Thank you, Lisa. We got cookies for everybody. I love cookies. Chocolate chip sounds good to me. Thank you, Lisa. Josh says, I'm eating Hot Pocket. Hello, everyone. Hey, Josh, how's it going? Shiver's having tea, too. Awesome. Cheers, girl. Someone says, ice cream, anyone? Ashley says, I already had 5 corn dogs this morning. Oh. Should you be eating 5 corn dogs? I don't know about that. Rubberneck says he brought in regular cream cheese and chives and onion cream cheese. I love the chives and onions, my favorite. Oh, nice, Rubberneck. Enjoy that. Welshman's got cookies. Sherpa says, Ashley, darn, that is not good to be. Wait, Ashley, that is so not going to be good later, right? I don't know, that's a lot of hot dog. Yeah. Josh says, I'm doing great, me hyper. All right. Uncle says, I'm ready for lunch, but it's way too early. If you want lunch, have lunch. If you want lunch for breakfast and breakfast for dinner, it's all good. Eat and drink whatever you like when you like it. Here's some ice cream. Thank you, Sonal. It's a party, everybody. We have ice cream and cookies and birthday cake. We have birthday cake. Oh, Sundays. Yay, Sundays. I've been craving corn dogs. OG Triple, what's up, Daisy? Hey, OG Triple, how's it going? Welcome, welcome. Josh says, I eat lunch for breakfast and breakfast for lunch, right? Yeah, you can. We eat breakfast for dinner. Yeah. Jenny says, hi, OG. Grumpy's Laid Back Carvings. Good morning, Daisy. Coffee time. Hey, Grumpy. Grumpy's Laid Back Carvings. Welcome, welcome. Thank you for being here. Good morning to you as well. OG Triple says, hi, Jenny. Solo says, hello, Carvings. Jenny says, hi, Grumpy. Josh says, ice cream. Yeah, ice cream, everybody. Solo says, hello, Triple. 222. Hey, 222. How's it going? 222, how are you? It rhymes with just one Sue. Welcome, 222. Good morning to you as well. Uncle Hairball says, if I ate whenever I wanted, I'd weigh 600 pounds. Well, within reason, you know. Lisa says, hi, Triple. Sherber says, 222. Josh, good morning. Someone says, hello, 222. Guess who else is here? Wazamadu. Wazamadu. I'm here, I'm here. I know everyone was asking about me, getting anxious. Y'all can relax. Welcome, Wazamadu. You're so fun. OG says, hi, Lisa. Sono says, hello, Waza. Tranquil says, hello, Lisa. Tranquil. Josh says, good morning, Share Bear. 222 says, hey, Kelly. Wazamada says, hey, Sono. Jenny says, hi, 222. So does Lisa say, hi, 22. Jenny's Cozy Corner says, hi, Waza. 222 says, hey, Sono, Waza, and Share Bear. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Thank you, everybody, for stopping and saying hello to us. It is Happy Hump Day, guys. Happy Wednesday. Ashley, I'm starting to get a little bump. You are, Ashley? Aw. Your little baby bump. Nice. Congratulations, Ashley. 222 says, hey, Jenny and Lisa. John says, hey, Waza, what's going on? Lisa says, hi. Hi, oh, and Tranquil. John says, hey, what's up, 222? And 222 says, 5 corn dogs sounds awesome, to be honest. 222 says, hey, John. Someone says, I guess the trees don't want to leave. Waza says, 222, Jenny's, John P, and anyone I missed. Hello. Grumpy says, I love the view. Thank you, Grumpy. It's a nice view, huh? Tree. Thank you, Grumpy. Gas smells good. Can we see the... Oh, thank you, Sonal. Shearber says, Daisy May, I'm watching Ta Tai, Roll Calls, T-Bird, Magnetic, and Kage, and Matthew. Oh, nice. I played Roll Calls Cabin all night long on my tablet. And then I watched everybody during the day. Kage's getting close too, right? Oh, yeah. Uncle says, nope. Shearber says, Grumpy. John says, oh, yeah. 222 says, I just started doing the 16-8 intermittent fasting thing. By the end of the 16 hours, I feel like I could eat 5 corn dogs, right? So you're doing that intermittent? That's good. 16-8. That's where you fast for 16 hours and you eat for 8, right? Excuse me, guys. So no. Welshman, no wonder you got a bump, Ashley, eating 5 corn dogs. Rubberneck says it's going to be amazing. Laying your hands on your belly and feel the baby move. Nothing in the world like that, Ashley. It's one of the things I miss about being pregnant. Probably it's the best part, right? Lisa says, I meant, oh, gee, that's okay. Grumpy says, hi, Shibber. Hi, Jenny. Sonal says, you're welcome, Daisy. He was asking to show your face. Oh, thank you, Sonal. 222 says, yeah, it's tough. Yeah. Ashley says, I'm happy looking down and seeing my tummy grow. Oh, there you go, Ashley. 222 says, that's awesome, Ashley. Welshman says, congratulations, Ashley. Kitty Cat. Hi, Kitty Cat. Everybody say hello to Kitty Cat. Shipper says, Ashley, pregnancy is truly an amazing miracle. I actually missed it, kind of, LOL. Shipper says, good morning, Kitty Cat. Terry C's here. Hey, Terry. Terry's in the house, everybody. Hello, Terry. Good to see you. Happy Wednesday. Rubberneck says, I'm happy for you, Ashley. You're going to be bringing in a new member into the world. It's amazing. It truly is. It truly is amazing and a miracle. Waza says, oh, I see Grumpy now. I couldn't before. Jenny says, hi, Kitty. Uncle says, hi, Kitty. Jenny says, hi, Terry. Terry. Excuse me, 222. What's up, Terry? Oh, and Uncle. Ashley says, hello, Kitty Cat. Kitty says it's 3 p.m. here. 15:10. Oh, Kitty, where are you again? Refresh me. Where are you? Grumpy says, hi, Wazamadu. Rubberneck says, oh my God, I miss the little baby feet and toes. Babies are just precious. They are. Yeah, they are so precious and beautiful, right? Terry C says, hello, everyone. Hello, Terry. Watson says, Kitty, I got your channel. Sonal says, hello, Kitty Cat. Uncle says, hey, 222. Sonal says, hello, Terry. Uncle says, hi, Terry. 222 says, it looks like another beautiful day in Florida. So far, so good. So far, so good. Yeah. Watson says, I woke up in a new Bugatti. Nice. Kitty says, sorry, I got to go bye. Thank you, Kitty, for being here. Have a good day, okay? And bye to you as well. Ashley says, hello, Terry. Sonal says, take care, Kitty Cat. Welshman says, Ashley, where are you from? Oh, Rubberneck says, Ashley, when your baby gets here, you kiss its little feet and toes because it won't be long when they grow up. And, well, you can't kiss their feetsies then. That's true. That's true, you can't. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. I'm kind of hungry. Ashley says, Welshman, I'm in Texas. Ashibra says, Wasmanu, I don't know if I said it. Hi, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Good morning. No worries, Share Bear. Ashley says, Rubberneck, that's the first thing I'm going to do. Welshman says, come to the UK for the birth at all free. Rubberneck says, hello there, Wasmanu. Sono says, sad Ozzy Osbourne passed away. Yes. Rest in peace, Ozzy. Yes, rest in peace, Ozzy. Mm-hmm. Rubberneck, I bawled my eyes out yesterday. Why? Rubberneck, why? What's the matter? 222 says, what's for breakfast, Kelly? I'm hungry. My stomach is actually growling really loud. Someone says he was a great Metallica singer. No, he wasn't in Metallica. Was he? No. You good chipper, I've been in and out. Yeah, you stop in, you go out, you come back, visit, say hello. Thank you, everybody, for being here. It just came right over me and I couldn't hold it back. Ozzy passing is sad, but it brought emotions over me. Oh, okay. It triggered a cry. Yeah. Sometimes you just need to cry, right? I think he means metal. Okay, yeah. Metal rock, yep. Shivers says, wow, thank you. And me too, trying to get my day going. Rubberneck says, like, how much I hate death. Aw, sorry, Rubberneck. I'm sorry. Someone meant metal. That's okay. I gotcha. John says, hey, Grumpy. Rubberneck says, missing my grandfather so bad. Aw, Rubberneck, I'm so sorry. 222 said he is a great book, by the way. I'd recommend it. Rest in peace, Ozzy. He got to do that last concert. He had a blessed life. He did have a blessed life. He did. He had a good life. Mm-hmm. Shivers says, Rubberneck, I didn't cry, but definitely feel like my 80s are being taken away. And then the Cosby kid dying too. I know, right? Right? Someone says, yeah, toot toot, that's what I meant. Rubberneck says, what really got me was thinking it didn't matter how much I loved him, just couldn't save him, right? Grumpy says, hi, John. Rubberneck says, that cuts so deep emotionally, right? Shiver says, Daisy May, you know Bravado Mike, he met him before. Oh, yes, I do know Bravado Mike, yes. Mm-hmm. I snorted. 222. Grumpy says, he did so much to be able to do his last show, he will be missed. Rubberneck says, okay, now seriously, I need to not go off crying again. I'm at work. I got to pull it together. Sorry, guys. Let's be happy. Let's be happy, everybody. Don't worry. Be happy. Rubberneck says, we never can, and it sucks. Rubberneck says, LOL, so funny, 222. 222 says, yeah, apparently he rehabbed and prepped for like 6 months to do that show. That's awesome. Ashley says, Rubberneck, I too miss both sets of my grandparents. Jenny says, sending happy vibes. Sending happy vibes. I like that, Jenny. Mm-hmm. Someone says, who turned on that fart machine? Rubberneck says, thanks, guys. Just venting it out. Guys, that's okay. 222 says, by the way, hello, Rubberneck. It's coming along. It's coming along. It's coming along. 222 says, sending happy vibes back. Jenny. Jenny says, thanks. John P says, big hugs, everyone. Blessed day. You too, John. Excuse me. You too, John. Oh, I can't even breathe through my nose. Grumpy says, Ozzy came off of his pain meds to be able to sing and perform. That man is the king now. Awesome, Grumpy. Sahib says, hello, Sister Daisy. What do you do for a living? I don't do anything. I don't do anything, Sahim. Sonal says, whoever's sad, I'm trying to make them happy. Thank you, Sonal. You're so sweet. Uncle says, I gotta trim my stash. This is ridiculous. 222 says, every time I watch your morning vids, I just want to golf. Go golfing. Barbara Nick says, LOL, if someone else would have told me I'd bawl my eyes out of the day Ozzy died, I would have said no way. Both yeppers, I sure did. Wow. John's using emojis. Thank you, John. John says, get well soon, Daisy. You need some good rest and lemon tea. Yeah. I have, you're inside in the air conditioning and everything like dries up. Then you come outside, everything drains. It's everyday occurrence. Hard not to be sad, Rubberneck. He was just awesome. Sahim says, you chilling? Yeah. Rubberneck says, so sorry you're dealing with stuffy nose, Daisy. I hope it could. Yeah, it's constant. In the air conditioning all, and then outside. Ashley says, staying up all night messed my voice up. Jenny says, hi, Sahim. Wazoo says, I wanted to find the key to immortality when I was a kid. 222 said, one of the funniest men in music. Jenny says, Uncle must give a hairball. Rubberneck says, he was awesome. Addison Pillsbury Yurta says, Yurt. Hey, Yurt. Hey, Yurt. Everybody say Yurt to Pillsbury Yurta. That's Addison, everybody. Jenny says, hi, Pillsbury. 222 says, did you stay up all night eating corn dogs? Ashley, tisk, tisk. Solon says, hello, Addison. Shearber says, Pillsbury Yurta, good morning. Addison says, hey, Jenny. Hey, Jenny. LOL, Jenny. Wait a minute. I read that wrong. Shearber says, good morning to Yurt. Pillsbury. Pillsbury says, hey, Jenny. Rubberneck says, LOL, Jenny. Pillsbury says, good morning to Shearbear. Wazimadu 222, how are those ants? Uncle Hairball says, shouldn't need a napkin for a cup of coffee. That's why they give you a saucer. John says, what's up, Beard? Pillsbury says, hey, Sonal. 222 says, what's up, Yurt? John says, I get AC sick too. I can't be much. Colombian ants. Hey, Jeff Rubin. Good morning, Jeff. Jeff says, good morning, everybody. Ashley says, no, I was up all night throwing up. Yuck. Rubberneck says, I always keep a napkin under my coffee cup at home. It never fails. I spill a little because I fill it to the rim. I do too. I usually always have a napkin under mine as well. 222 says, better than a cup of coffee, Waza. 222 says, I'm sorry, Ashley. Welcome, everybody. Jenny says, hi, Jeff. Hello, Jeff. How's it going over there? John says, Ashley says, get well soon. Was like that a month ago. Yeah, John, but she's pregnant. Ashley's pregnant. That's why she's sick. 222 says, what's up, Jeff? Sahim says, it's so funny in your country, America, here in England, Liverpool, a bit rainy. It is nice and sunny right now. Waza says, I slop everything all over myself and everywhere. Jeff says, hi, 222. Someone says, I prefer coffee over ants. Skits is here. Hey, Skits. Hi, Skits. Everybody say hi to Skits. How are you, my friend? So good to see you, my friend Skits. Everybody say hi to Skits. Skits the signaler is here. That's right. Our friend is here. Hello, hello, hello. Jenny says hi, Skits. Skits. Outdoor Sam's here. Hey, Sam. Sam says, good morning, everyone. 222 says, what's up, Skits? Happy birthday to Sonal. Happy birthday to Sonal. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Hello, Sam. Jenny says, hi, outdoor. Sherbert says, skits. Outdoor slingshot, good morning. Grumpy says, hello, skits. Sherbert says, good morning to Jeff Rubin. Uncle Hairball says, hey, skits, how's it going? Sonal says, hello, Sam. Sam says, hey, Sonal. Waza says, 222, what if they start a colony in you? You made sure there was no queen? No eating ants, anybody. No eating ants. Sonal says, I'm getting birthday sickness. Skits says, a signaler. Let's go. Hi, Jenny. Hi, 222, Sherbert, Grumpy, Uncle Hairball. Happy Wednesday to you all. Happy Wednesday to you, Skits. How's it going, buddy? Sam says, let's get Maisie to 100 likes. Oh, yeah. Let's do it, Sam. Hit that like button. Jeff says, hi, Sherbert. Skits says, how you doing, Kelster? I'm doing good. I'm doing good, Skits. How about you? Happy Wednesday, buddy. 222 says, my body rejects ant colonies. I got a shot for it. Sam says, happy birthday, Sonal. Sonal says, thanks. Skit says, what is the signaler's birthday? Yes, yes. Danny's here. Danny says, good morning. Hey, Danny. Good morning, Daisy. Good morning, Danny. How are you? 222 says, Sonal, it's your birthday? Yes, it's Sonal's birthday, everybody. Jenny says, hi, Danny. 222 says, happy birthday, Sonal, man. Outdoor Sam says, you're welcome, Sonal. Sonal says, yep, and thanks. Danny says, hi, Jenny's Cozy Corner. Skit says, the ant thing is just a joke to honor Ozzy. He once snorted a line of ants. He did? I did not know that. I was not an Ozzy fan. No offense to anybody who was. I do like a couple of his songs. I just wasn't a fan, that's all. Soul says, who eats ants? Yuck. Danny says, Sonal's all about freedom. Hi. Skit says, Sonal. Bronal. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, bro, Sonal. Happy birthday to you. Thank you, Skits. That is just lovely. Rubber next this morning, Danny. Sonal says, thank you, Skit. Skit says, hope you have a wonderful birthday, bro. Waz says, 222, I know. He did other things I'll refrain from mentioning. Thank you. 222 says, it's kind of amazing Ozzy lived to be 76, to be honest. I know, right? Yeah, I agree. Grumpy's, oh, thank you, Grumpy. Jeff says, nice day out here on the other coast, 82 with a nice breeze. Jeff, no way. '82. We also have 82 degrees. Pretty cool, huh? Someone says, we'll do skits. And hello, Jeff. 222 says, yeah, that's why I was talking about ants and snorting them. Yeah, I gotcha. Danny says, hey, Sam. Sam says, hey, Danny. Someone says, Daisy, I wasn't either. Uncle Harold says, Ozzy and Nikki Six snorted ants at a party once. Ew. 222 says, what are your birthday plans today, Sono? Danny says, hey, Jeff. Sono says, 222 just doing a stream today. Awesome, Sono. Sam says, how old are you, Sono? Danny says, happy birthday, Sono's all about freedom. 222 says, that sounds cool, Sono. Sherber says, good morning, Danny. Sono says, I'm trying to ask my parents what the plan is, but they won't tell me. 222 says, I love Kelly's watch bands. Oh, thank you. They're gifts. People give them to me like for Christmas or my birthday. I've never actually bought one. People give them to me as gifts. Thank you. Danny says, hey, Waza. Sono says, thank you, Danny. Sam says, how old are you, Sono? Danny says, good morning, Chair Bear. 222 says, sounds like a surprise party. Sono says, I'm still 35. Grumpy says, Milton, Florida, 84 degrees, 77% humidity. Grumpy's laid-back carvings. Danny says, hello, Uncle Hairball. Sam says, happy birthday again. I wish I could send you something. Sono says, 222, yep. Mazda says, hey, Danny. Yeah, no worries, everybody, no worries. We do have 9:27 a.m. We have Wednesday, July 23rd, 2025. And 82 degrees on the east coast of Florida, on the east coast of the United States of America. That's where we are. Waza says, hey, Danny. Uncle Hairball says, hey, Danny. Danny says, hi, Grumpy. Someone says, thanks again, Sam. Danny says, hi, Sam. Grumpy says, hi, Danny. What's up, Danny? What's up? What's up? What's up? All right. Waza says, wait, it's actually Sonal's birthday while many returns. Yes, it really is. Yep. Here's the link for Bravado Mike. He's a nice retired gentleman who takes care of the stray cats. A fourth litter was just born. They're adorable. Yeah, I think I follow him. I'm pretty sure. I think I've stopped in his live streams. Sam says, you're welcome, Sonal. Tina says, I have to go for now. Have a great day. Thank you, Tina, for being here. Have a good day, Tina. Bombastic Bushkin woke up, found out Ozzy died, and going back to bed. All right, Bombastic. Thank you for stopping and saying hello. Sonal says, take care, Tina. Sherbert says, hey, Bushkin. Sherbert says, Tina, good day. Good morning. Sonal says, hello, Bushkin. Tina says, hi, and bye, Share Bear. Danny says, hey, John P. Sorry, guys. The wind was picking up a little bit. Someone says, Share Bear, I've seen him in Aussie Chick stream one time. Tina says, everyone turn off the leaderboard before I leave. Shipper says, Daisy, yes, you have. Okay. I thought so. I knew it sounded familiar. Watson says, I wonder, wait, Daisy thinks about you reading these streams. She's like, who is she talking to? She has that much to say. I know, right? Jenny says, hi, Bushkin. Danny says, hey, Pillsbury Yurda. Sonal says, Sherbert. I subbed to him, too. Yeah. Good. Thank you, guys. What's up, Daisy Dukes? Hi. You guys want to see Daisy? Oh, hello, honey. I'm trying to show you to everybody. Hello. Come here. I got you. Hi. I love you. You're so beautiful. You know that? All right. Let's sit you back down, okay? All right. All right, there we go. She says, pick me up. I did. Yep, I picked her up. She is cute, isn't she? She is. Sam, with my hobby, I try to get kids off the phone and get them into the Slingshot community. I love my subscribers. Awesome, Sam. Daisy chilling out like mom's losing it. She's talking to that little box again. I know, right? Shiver says Sonal's all about freedom. Thank you so much, Shiver. Sonal subbed. Okay. Good, good, good. Hello, Pillsbury Yurda. Does stitching it up have her hours? I'm not sure. I asked her recently, but she never answered me, so I'm not sure. Aw, 222. Want to see her again? Let's try this. Hello, little baby. Hi. Hello. Hi. Hi. Hi, honey. You're so beautiful. Hi. Oh, of course I'll rub your tummy. Of course I will. Say hi to everybody. Hi. Oh. All right. What do you keep putting your ears up for? What do you hear? What do you see? What do you hear? Hey, what do you see? What do you see? All right. All right. You lay down, okay? Hi. I love you. All right. All right, let's get back to the chatting. Where's the chatting going? Where'd I go? All right. Shipper says, thank you, Kelly. Thank you, Daisy. You're welcome. She's wagging her tail. Yeah. Anastasia. Hello, Anastasia. Hello, hello. Her little saunter. I know it, right? Daisy's the most beautiful baby. I know she's so sweet, isn't she, you guys? Thank you, guys. No, I'm not giving her no coffee. No way. I like how she lifts her. I know she wants you to rub her tummy. Hello, Michael. Hi, Michael. Thank you for being here. Oh, thank you, 222. Hello, Michael. Someone says, hey, Michael. Outdoor Sam says, hey, Michael. Uncle Hairball says, Anastasia. Blessed. Michael, hello. 222 says, pretty sure Daisy just said happy birthday, Sonal. She did, Sonal. She said happy birthday. Michael says, hey, Michael. 222 says, although I can't be 100% sure. Anastasia says, hi, Uncle. Hi, Michael. Michael says, hi. Anastasia says, hi, 222. Welcome, welcome. Someone says, hello, Anastasia. So does Shibber. And she also says, good morning to Michael. Jenny says, hi, Michael. Hi, Anastasia. Welcome, everybody. That was little Daisy. She's the star of the channel. That's Daisy May. She's a Chihuahua, long coat. She's 4 years old. And we love her. We love her so much. Anastasia says, hi, Jenny. 222 says, hey, Anastasia and Michael. Lisa smiles a lot also. Welcomes the new people. Welcome, welcome. buddy. Welcome. It's Wednesday, guys. All right. So there we go. Kelly, who are your favorite musical acts? Oh, that's a good question. My favorite group is the Goo Goo Dolls. The Goo Goo Dolls are my number one, and that's because we come from the same cloth. The Goo Goo Dolls are up there, number one. I love U2. I loved Prince. I love the Eagles. I love Tom Petty. I love George Michael. I love George Michael. Sam, hey everyone, put a heart in the chat if you love Miss Daisy. Aw, thanks, Sam. That's so cute. Rubberneck says, don't all chat at once. 222 says, I miss all y'all. Sonal says, I agree, Rubberneck. Michael, is it warm? Yes. It's 82 degrees. '82. Oh, Lisa's got all kinds of goodies for Sonal's birthday. Thank you, Lisa. Oh, that's amazing. Yummy, yummy, yum, yum, yum. 222 says, that's wild. I sent out a daily song, and the last 2 days have been Prince and the Goo Goo Dolls. No way. I love the Goo Goo Dolls. Yeah. And I loved Prince. Prince was amazing. And the Goo Goo Dolls are just, they're from my hometown. We kind of are the same age. They've never done anything bad. They've always given back to the city. They support a lot of local things in Buffalo. And the Goo Goo Dolls are my number one. Rubberneck sending some love. Thank you, Rubberneck. Hey, Joe Wrestling. Joe says, hi, Daisy. Happy Wednesday. Hey, Joe Wrestling. How are you, buddy? Michael says it's 104 where I am. Where's that? Michael, where are you? 104. Are you in the UK? 222 says, hey, Michael. Jenny says, hi, Joe. Bill, your bag. Oh, hey, buddy. Good morning. Hey, Sonal, hope you have a great birthday. Uh-huh. Thank you, Bill, your bago. Sam says it's 194 over here. Michael says Michigan, it's going to be 104 tomorrow. Oh, you're in Michigan? Well, then it's 840. What are you talking about? Oh, 104 for the temperature. I gotcha. Michael. Sorry about that. Michael, 222 says favorite Goo Goo Doll song. Oh. Oh my goodness. 222, I have to give that some thought because there's so many songs I love by them. And most of the songs I love by them are side B songs. Oh, that's a good one. 222. I have to look that over again. Joe says, hello, Jenny. Jenny says, hi, Bill, your bago. Sam says, not basically 194, but it feels like that. 222 says, didn't know the Goo Goo Dolls are from Buffalo. Yeah. Always nice to learn something new. Yes, they are. From my hometown. Joe says, I'm doing fantastic today, Daisy. Awesome, Joe Wrestling. I'm so happy for you. Bill, your bago says, good morning. Good morning, buddy. How's it going? Rubberneck says, I don't know what that is. I'm in Michigan. It's supposed to heat up, especially Friday. Yuck. Uncle Hairball says, hey, Joe and Bill, your bago. How's it going? 222 said, I didn't know it ever got to 104 in Michigan. Me neither. What's up with that? John says, what's up, bago? Lisa says, hi, Joe Wrestling. 222 says, okay, favorite side, a Goo Goo Doll song. Oh. All right, let's see. I'm gonna write something in the chat. Hold on, guys. We gotta put up a poll real fast too, okay? All right, there we go. Making you work this morning. That's right, 222. That's okay. All right, there we go. All right. Where in Michigan are you? Rubbernecks says 222. Joe says, happy birthday, Sonal. Thank you, Joe. I played Name yesterday. Oh, Name. Yeah, Name's a good song, but I'm talking way different than that. Do you know the album, Something for the Rest of Us? Rubberneck says, I'm in Southeast Michigan, Detroit area. Uncle Harold says 80 at my QTH. 222 says, I actually don't. Is that their oldest stuff or newer stuff? It's older. My favorite song is on that album. 222 says, oh, okay, Rubberneck. Like before Dizzy Up the Girl. No, I think it's after that. I think it's after Dizzy Up the Girl. Yeah, I think it's after Dizzy Up the Girl. Tiny, I'm back from May and Friends. For May and Friends. Hi, Tiny. Iris was huge. Yeah, Iris was huge. It's what made them stars. It's what made them a big name. What's up, Tiny? Okay, my exposure to Goo Goo Dolls sadly ended in the late 90s, I think. Oh, okay. Well, the title track is one of my favorite songs. Something for the Rest of Us is one of my favorite songs. I wish I could play it for you. Hi, Triple A and RR. Rubberneck says, hello, Tiny. How are you today? What's up, Tiny? Joe says, hi, Tiny. 222 says, what's everybody else's favorite musical acts? Good question. Let's hang that up. There we go. That's a good question. What kind of music do you guys like? Eclectic, all kinds of stuff. One certain genre. I like all kinds of stuff. I don't like country music though. I don't like country music. May, have you seen Sonal yet? Yes. You'll check it out. Yeah, it's the title track, Something for the Rest of Us, and the song is also Something for the Rest of Us. It's a great song. Listen to the words. Yeah, I'm not a big country. I mean, there's a couple. I like Taylor Swift, although she's not country anymore. Um, I do have a Faith Hill CD from back in the 90s. I also have, or 2000s. I have a few songs here and there that I like. Rubberneck says it really depends on my mood. Yeah, me too. Yep. Rhonda, hey Rhonda, like 57. Thank you, Rhonda. Rubberneck says, I like some of Johnny Cash. Nice. Is he still here? I don't know if he's here or not. He was here. 222 says, for sure, Rubberneck. Rhonda says, happy birthday, Sonal. Thank you, Rhonda. Jenny says, hi, Rhonda. Uncle Hairball says, I have a lot of favorites, but my all-time #1 favorite is Iron Maiden. Iron Maiden, there you go. Yeah, I like Johnny. I love Johnny. I love Robbie. Robbie's amazing. There's Civvy. Drive by. Hi there, everyone. Hello. Cooking with the Munchie Mafia official. Civvy, thank you for stopping by. She's doing a quick drive-by. Say hello, everybody. 222 says, can't go wrong with Iron Maiden. Rhonda says, oh, I love Johnny Cash. Jenny says, hi, Cooking. Cooking says, happy birthday, Sonal. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much, Munchie Mafia. Our friend Civvy, wishing Sonal a happy birthday. Tiny says, hi, Uncle and friends. Rhonda says, hi, Jenny. 222 says, hey, Civvy. Hello, hello, hello. I'm getting kind of hungry. Sherbert says, cooking with the Munchie Mafia official. Rhonda and Alabama Country and Tiny K, hi. Rubbernecks, I'd like a lot of Christian music, but there's a lot of rock and roll I enjoy. I got some rave, electronic type music. I like some alternative, right? A little bit of everything. That's good. Diverse. Tiny says, happy birthday, Sonal. Nice. Pillsbury says, hey, Rubberneck. Uncle Hairball says, cooking with the Munchie Mafia, Rhonda and Alabama Country and Tiny K, hi, how's it going? Civvy says, sorry, I can't stay. I have to go to work. No worries, Civvy. Thank you for stopping in. You have a good day at work. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Rhonda says, hello, Cooking. Rubberneck says, yep, really depends on the mood I'm in. Tiny says, hi, Share Bear. Yep. But I almost always want to sing. Like in the house, if I'm dusting or vacuuming or something, doing dishes, like I want to sing to the songs. Rhonda says, yes, have a great day cooking. Tiny says, hi, Pillsbury. Yurt. Hello, Yurt. How are you doing, Yurt? Hello, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. Make sure if you see Sonal today, you wish him a happy birthday, okay? Pillsbury Yurta says, hey, Tiny. What's up, Addison? Rubberneck says, yep, Miss Daisy, me too. Not that I sing great. Me either. I know I don't sing good. And that's why I do it in the privacy of my own home. Other than singing a happy birthday song to hear to somebody, I won't sing out loud in public. No. I know my limitations as a person. Singing is not my strong forte. Rhonda says, love the boats. Nice view. Thank you, Rhonda. Thank you. Lisa says, I like all kinds of music, just not headache music. Me too, Lisa. Yeah. I never got into the metal, you know. All the boys I knew, they were into the metal, but I just didn't care for metal. Yeah. Joe says, hello, Rhonda. Tiny says, hi, Lisa. Hi, Lisa. 222 says no karaoke, Kelly. No, no karaoke here. I'll watch it. I'll watch people making fools of themselves, but I will not, no. Ron says, me too. I like a big mix on music. Rubberneck says, I make a good backup singer. I like it. Rubberneck? That's hilarious. Karaoke's fun, 222 says. Uncle Harold says, I will sing my lungs out while I'm driving. As long as I'm on a back road and there's nobody with me, right? As long as you're out there alone, sing. Sing away. If you're in front of a crowd, try to make sure you have a decent voice, right? Rubberneck says, when I'm in an angry mood, I can do the metal music. 222 says, I'm not good at it either, to be honest, but I put on a show. Rhonda says, hello. Ice, and thank you. Hello, Joe. Thank you. I'm sorry. Sherber says, Uncle Hairball, I'll sing my lungs out too and don't catch who's watching. I don't care who's watching. Tiny says, I write my own songs. Sherber says, care not, cat. Care not. She doesn't care. Uncle Hairball says, Rubberneck, I've sung backing voices in 4 different bands. Backup vocals? Really? Wow. Rubberneck says, I was singing in the car on the way home from work. I realized the car behind me saw me dancing and singing. That's hilarious. Lisa says, hi, Tiny. Tiny says, country music's where it's at, man. She likes Tiny. Tiny likes country music. Rubberneck says, I got embarrassed. 222 said, I bet they loved it. I bet they loved it. Jenny said, I love to sing. 222 said, I always find moments like that so cute, right? Making those memories. Country music is where it's at. Rubberneck was singing in the car. She's putting on a concert. I wonder how long he was there, and I was going on and on. Must have liked the show, Rubberneck. Joe says, that's awesome, Jenny. 222 says, what's your go-to karaoke song, Jenny? Jenny loves to sing. What's your favorite karaoke song? Rubberneck says, if I made them smile, it was worth it. There you go. Making somebody put a smile on their face. That's all good. Uncle says, never was a fan of country. Really, Uncle? I'm surprised. I figured you for a country person for sure. Lisa says, when I sing, my cat hides his ears. 222 says, what songs were you singing, Rubberneck? United States of America, I can't go to sleep, so hi again. Hello, United States of America. Welcome back. We are going on 10 o'clock a.m. It's Wednesday, July 23rd, 2025. Rubberneck says, really, I shouldn't care what they think. I'm being me. That's right. Uncle Harold, no, no, no. 222 says, USA, USA. Yurt says, you want to drift a plane with me? No. United States says, oh, I got a member? Yeah, you did. You got a membership. Mm-hmm. Yep. 222 says, LOL, Lisa. Tiny says, hi, USA. Sherber says, hi, USA. United States of America got a membership. Mm-hmm. A gifted membership today, yes. United States says, hi, Tiny K. Joe says, hello, USA. Tiny K and USA. I was singing a song by David Crowder called Open Skies. Open Skies. United States of America says, hi, Cher Bear. Hi, Joe Wrestling. And don't forget, we're coming back this afternoon with Scrabble or Trivia. I'm going to put up a poll for Scrabble or Trivia. Whichever one wins is what we're playing, all right? 2 o'clock, Scrabble or Trivia. United States of America says, hi, Joe Wrestling. 222 says, last song I think I did out at karaoke was Foxy Lady. We sing Foxy Lady. 222 says, I'll add it to my playlist, Rubberneck. Tiny says, Maybe can we play the matching game today? Yes. Mm-hmm. We can play it after the normal game. Mm-hmm. Jenny says, lots, still the one. 222 says trivia. Jenny says, hi, USA. 222 says trivia. Rubberneck says, hi, Jimi Hendrix. United States says, hi, Jenny's Corner. Never done karaoke. Rubber Necks is another good rocker. Yeah, it's such a jam. And I like doing the Doors. I like to do the Doors. I absolutely love Jimi Hendrix song Voodoo. Tiny to Scrabble, matching game, May please. I'm gonna end the poll right now. All right. Did you tell Sonal happy birthday? 60% said yes, 40% said no. 20 votes, thank you. It's easier to sing. I have a deeper voice, so it's an easier range for me to hit. Rubber Necklace, I love the Doors. Voodoo's awesome, says 222. Wow. Come on, my trivia peeps. Let me put it up. And then we're gonna put one up on the other thing too. All right, there we go. Tiny says, happy birthday, Sonal. Sonal says, hello, Tiny K. Tiny says, hi, Sonal. Jim Morrison, boy, was he a mess, says Rubberneck, right? Yeah. Yes. United States, May, what would you do if you were president of the United States? Oh, that's a good question. I don't know. I wouldn't want that job, to be honest with you. I would not want that job. Yep, Morrison knew how to have a good time. Yes, he did. Which was also his downfall, right? Wasn't that his downfall too? Oh, I got the hiccups. Oh, excuse me, guys. I got the hiccups a little bit. Too much of a good time, right? Sorry, I got the hiccups, guys. You pick trivia in the poll, LOL. I can't pick. It won't let me. Tiny. Now I told him May May. 222 says definitely Rubberneck. He's part of the 27 Club, right? Yes. Yes, he is. Joe says, well, everyone, I got to go. Have a great one. Daisy, happy birthday, Sonal. And take care, guys. Joe Wrestling, thank you so much. Joe Wrestling, everybody. Check out my friend Joe Wrestling. Thank you, Joe. You have a great day, too. Rubberneck says, yes, it was his downfall. Yep. 222 says, see you, Joe. Uncle Hairball says, Daisy jumps out at your boo. No trying to scare anybody. No scaring. No scaring anybody. Tiny says, maybe it's hot outside. How hot is it, Tiny? Trying to cure your hiccups. Oh, you're scaring me? And you're trying, I get you. How do you get the hiccups? I mean, how do you get rid of the hiccups? Anybody? What's your remedy? A lot of times I hold my breath and swallow at the same time, and that does usually get rid of them. Rubberneck says you really hate to see people crash and burn. So sad. There's so much hope for them. They just don't see they're broken. Yeah, it's so hard. It's all you can do is pick yourself up, guys. If you hit rock bottom, pick yourself up. Keep moving forward. Keep thinking of things to do to help yourself. It's all you can do. To the ladies in here, who's the most handsome rock star? Oh. Who's the most handsome rock star? I'm going to go with Rob Thomas from Matchbox 20. I'm going with Rob Thomas from Matchbox 20. Sherber says, Joe, have a blessed day. Uncle Hairball says, finger full of sugar. There you go. The boat clean now? Yes, it is clean. Uh-huh. Morrison's got to be in the conversation, right? Yes. Hmm. If that's who you love, yeah. I'd say yes, 222. Good call, great hair. Yeah, I love Rob Thomas. I went on a cruise with the Goo Goo Dolls and Matchbox 20. I got to see him up close and personal. Hmm. He's handsome, yes, yes. He was handsome, yeah. He is handsome. Rock Solid Passion, hey, Rock Solid Passion. LOL, I was in the ladies' room and you came up. I heard talking. I was like, what the? I heard talking. I was like, what the? Hello, Rock Solid Passion. Tiny says 78 degrees outside and the time is 4:03. Awesome, Tiny. Good morning, Daisy's mom. Hey, Rock Solid. Hello, everyone, Rock Solid says. Rob Thomas is pretty funny, too. Great cameo and always Dunny. He's a great dude. Yeah. Always sunny. Always sunny. Gotcha. Jenny says, hi, Rock Solid. United States of America says the chat is like 99% mods. 222, what's up, Rock? It's not so much their mods as it makes it easier to make new friends. If you want to make new friends, it makes it easier. Hi, Rock Solid. How are you? Welcome, 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 everybody. Rock Solid, I am great. Thank you. How are you today? I'm also great. Thank you so much. There was a beach walk video. Yes. A live stream. Two of them. We went down to the beach Saturday and Sunday. Yeah, if you want to take a walk on the beach, go watch it. Yep. Okay. Jenny says, so relaxing to watch. Makes me feel like I'm sitting there with you on the vacay. Thank you, Jenny. I'd love that you were here. I would love it if you were here. Lisa says, John Resnick, he was so good looking. He was. He's done a lot to his face and his appearance, but when he was younger and natural, oh, yeah. Ever watched Live in Buffalo, you guys? Live in Buffalo 2004? Man alive, he was hot in there. Tututu said, who's that Lisa? That's the lead singer of the Goo Goo Dolls, Johnny Resnick. Johnny Resnick is the Goo Goo Dolls lead singer. Shippers says, hi, Rock Solid. Yes, the Goo Goo Dolls, yep. Radio Dude, hey, Radio Dude. Hey, Phil, how's it going? Hello, everybody. We're going to get ready to take off. We're going to go have some breakfast. We will come back this afternoon with one of the games. Let's see what's going on here. Uncle Hairball, I can't do the beach in real life. Too many people. Feels like electric ants crawling all over me. Nope. You don't like the beach? Yeah, either you love the beach or you don't love the beach. That's it. There's usually no in between. And I love it. Our beach doesn't have too many people, though. Electric ants, you don't like the sand? Yeah. Ooh, trivia's winning. Trivia. All right, I think we're going to do trivia, guys. Trivia today on Wednesday. There you go. We'll mix it up a little. Trivia. Maybe we'll do, we're definitely going to do Christmas in July Puzzle Box 23. And maybe we'll do the matching game again. You guys want to do the matching game? Trivia. Yes, he had that feathery hair going, not quite a look I can pull off, right? Well, you know, he does have good hair. Radio Dude says, I'm going great. It's going great. 222 says, just got to snort the electric ants, uncle. 222 says, let's go trivia. Hey, Radio Dude. Yeah. Yep. Maybe some music questions. Let me see what I can dig up. I'll see what I can dig up, okay? All right. Thank you, Uncle Hairball. All right, everybody, have a great day. We'll be back at 1:30 with the Christmas in July Jigsaw Puzzle Box 23, and we'll come in at 2 o'clock with trivia, all right? We'll see you then. Thank you so much, everybody. Happy birthday, Sonal. I hope you have a great day. We'll see y'all real soon, everybody, all right? Yeah, trivia, 2 o'clock. See you, John. See you, 222. See you, Share Bear. Bye, Uncle. Have a good day, Grumpy's Laid Back Carvings. Thank you for being here. Have an awesome day, everybody. All right, we'll see you soon. Bye for now, everybody. Have a great rest of the morning, everyone. Thank you, Lisa.